Hey there, and welcome back. I'm Jake Ellison, and joining me today, as always, is the insightful Tessa Monroe.
It's great to be back. Always a pleasure to unpack these big ideas with you and everyone listening.
Welcome to our podcast, Augmented by Default, where we explore ways to remove friction between humans and AI.
So today we're diving into this really fast-moving world where AI meets human work. I mean, it feels like every single company is talking AI right now, right?
Absolutely, it's everywhere.
But what's really emerging is a crucial distinction, almost like a fork in the road. Is the idea to replace humans with AI, or is it actually about empowering them?
And maybe even bigger, what does the future really look like if intelligence becomes, as some people are saying, too cheap to meter?
Exactly. So our mission today is to unpack these perspectives, try to understand what really drives success in a world that's, well, increasingly shaped by AI.
And to guide us, we've got three really insightful pieces lined up.
Yeah, we're looking at Domenico Rutigliano's post, AI First Pitfalls, and also his other post, Augmentative AI Agents.
And rounding it out with Sam Altman's visionary post, The Gentle Singularity.
Okay, let's unpack this. Maybe start with that concept a lot of companies initially jumped on. AI first.
Right. Domenico Rutigliano's post, AI First Pitfalls, points out how big names like Duolingo, Shopify, Box, they all made headlines. CEOs talking about an AI-first future.
Seemed very progressive at the time, didn't it? Cutting edge.
Totally. And the Duolingo case study he mentions is, well, it's pretty telling. They were quite open about planning to, and I quote, gradually stop using contractors to do work that AI can handle.
That transparency is interesting.
Yeah, and then in early 2025, the CEO, Luis von Ahn, he even shared an internal email on LinkedIn announcing this AI-first shift to everyone.
Okay, so very public.
Very public. Now, his stated intentions, they sounded pretty positive. He said things like, Duolingo will remain a company that cares deeply about its employees, and, this isn't about replacing duos with AI.
Right, framing it as efficiency, maybe.
Exactly. He framed it as removing bottlenecks so people could focus on creative work and real problems, not repetitive tasks. But, well, despite those intentions, the message really landed badly. From Rutigliano's perspective, what was the core misstep there? Why did it hit such a wrong note?
Yeah, that's the crucial bit, isn't it? Rutigliano argues it's this fundamental imbalance between being honest and being empathetic.
Okay.
What's fascinating, and it's a really important lesson from AI First Pitfalls, is that transparency is usually good, sure, but how you frame it matters a lot.
Right, the delivery.
Exactly. People naturally want to, future-proof their careers. So even if the company thinks it's freeing people up, that AI-first message can easily make human contributions feel secondary, or worse, like they're disposable.
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, just think about it from a talent angle. Would you want to join a company that literally says they plan to replace roles like yours with AI?
Probably not.
Yeah.
It creates uncertainty.
Precisely. That uncertainty breeds fear about job stability. It just undermines trust, undermines morale, even with maybe the best intentions behind it.
And it's not just perception, is it? There are real consequences.
Oh, definitely. Rutigliano's post, AI First Pitfalls, gives us that Klarna example. Remember Klarna, the fintech company?
Completely, yeah.
Well, last December, so just before May 2025, they announced they'd replace 700 human roles with AI, and more cuts were coming. Big headlines.
Wow, 700, okay.
Yeah. But then, fast forward to May 2025, what happens? Klarna actually admits the AI was delivering, quote, lower quality output.
Oh, interesting.
And they were back looking to hire humans again. So this Klarna situation isn't just like a simple mistake. It's a real insight into a kind of fundamental miscalculation.
Right. Chasing efficiency but losing quality.
Exactly. It shows that chasing efficiency purely through replacement often creates new problems, new friction, and quality takes a hit. It really hammers home Rutigliano's point. AI first often doesn't work when it's just about replacement.
So that naturally leads to his alternative.
Right. Which is augment, don't replace.
Okay, so given those pitfalls with AI first, what does work?
Well, this is where Rutigliano, in AI First Pitfalls, brings in the AI enhanced idea. He says these are the companies really winning the talent game. Why? Because they use AI to help people work better, not to push them out.
Empowering them.
Exactly. They're still transparent about tech, but they make it super clear that human creativity, human insight, human expertise, that's still central. It's about empowerment.
And his other post gets into the details of that.
Yeah, his follow-up, Augmentative AI Agents, really dives deep into this. He talks about the augmentation advantage. Get this. Companies using augmentative AI, they report 40% higher productivity.
40%, that's significant.
It is, and maybe even more striking. 95% employee satisfaction. 95%. Compare that to maybe 60% satisfaction where automation is focused on replacement. Huge difference.
95% is incredible. So what is it that makes this augmentation approach fundamentally different? How does it actually work day to day?
Well, augmentative AI agents explains it works alongside teams. It amplifies what they can do. Rutiliana uses the analogy of giving employees superpowers.
Superpowers, I like that.
Yeah. So the AI handles the cognitive heavy lifting, sifting data, drafting initial content, doing repetitive analysis. That frees up the human team for higher level strategy, creative thinking, relationship building, exercising that nuanced judgment AI can't replicate.
Right. And the post gives some solid examples of this.
It does. Think of a sales rep. The AI researches prospects, pulls history, even drafts personalized outreach. But the human, they build the rapport, they negotiate, they close the deal.
Okay, makes sense.
Nor customer service. AI pulls info instantly, suggests responses, handles basic stuff, but the human provides the empathy, solves the really complex, sensitive issues that human touch.
And the business impact he describes, pretty compelling.
Oh yeah, faster decisions teams cut research time by 70% because the AI surfaces insights. Higher quality output to 50% fewer mistakes because the AI catches things. It leads to better results, bottom line.
And there's a specific ROI example in there too, right?
Yes, the real ROI numbers bit. A mid-sized consulting firm saw an extra $2.3 million in revenue in just 6 months.
Wow.
By augmenting their analysts. AI agents processed 10 times more market data, but the human analysts were still there providing the critical insight, managing client relationships. It's a proven model.
So for companies listening, how do they start this augmentation journey?
Rutiliano suggests starting by identifying pain points. Where are teams bogged down in repetitive cognitive work? Then start small. One department, one workflow, maybe marketing content research or finance report analysis.
Test the waters.
Exactly. Deploy an agent. Let it handle the heavy lifting. Let your team focus on the strategic part. This creates that competitive advantage. While others are stuck debating replacement, you're building these hybrid teams that just outperform.
The secret weapon idea, speed of AI, wisdom of humans.
Precisely. It reinforces his point from AI-first pitfalls, the successful companies. They're creating new roles, blending human and AI skills. They're investing in training their people, not just training AI to replace them.
Right. It's a fundamentally different philosophy.
Completely. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it leads us right into Sam Altman's post, The Gentle Singularity. He gives this sweeping macro view.
Yeah, his premise is pretty bold.
It is. He says, we are past the event horizon. The takeoff has started. Basically, we're close to digital superintelligence, but he also adds it's less weird than it seems.
Less weird how?
Well, maybe not robots everywhere yet, but we have built systems that are in many ways smarter than people and can significantly amplify the output of humans using them.
And he has some specific predictions for the near future.
He does. For 2025, right now, he talks about the arrival of agents that can do real cognitive work, changing things like coding forever.
We're seeing that already.
For sure. Then 2026, he predicts systems figuring out novel insights. And by 2027, maybe robots doing actual tasks in the physical world.
Correct.
He points out that even GPT-4 is, in a sense, more powerful than any human who has ever lived just because of its scale and the gains for quality of life. From faster science, higher productivity, he says they'll be enormous. Mentions scientists already being 2-3 times more productive.
That's huge.
And then there's this kind of mind-bending idea he calls a larval version of recursive self-improvement. Meaning AI is helping us make better AI faster. If AI accelerates AI research, the progress rate just explodes. A decade of research in a year, maybe even a month, he suggests.
Okay, wow. So what does this all mean if that's the trajectory?
Right.
What's the vision for, say, the 2030s?
Altman's vision in The Gentle Singularity is, well, transformative. He predicts intelligence and energy becoming wildly abundant.
Two things that have always limited us.
Exactly. Historically fundamental limiters. If they become abundant, theoretically, anything else is unlockable. That's where intelligence to chip to meter comes in.
Right, tied to falling computation and energy costs.
Yep, he gives specifics. An average ChatGPT query uses about 0.34 watt-hours. Tiny. And like a 15th of a teaspoon of water.
Incredible efficiency. So the barrier to accessing intelligence just disappears.
Essentially, yes. Which leads to massive societal changes, as he describes. He's realistic about the very hard parts, like whole classes of jobs going away.
Doesn't shy away from that.
No, but he also suggests the world gets so much richer so quickly, it allows for new policy ideas we couldn't have considered before. He points to the Industrial Revolution. People adapted, found new things to do, developed new wants.
Humans are adaptable.
We are. And he stresses this inherent human advantage from the gentle singularity.
Yeah.
We're hardwired to care about other people. We don't care very much about machines.
Interesting point. The human connection remains key.
Right. He even uses this analogy of fake jobs. A farmer from 1,000 years ago might see us podcasting and call it a fake job, right? Just playing.
Yeah, probably.
Altman hopes that in 1,000 years, people look back at our jobs now and think they were very fake, but that whatever they are doing will still feel incredibly important and satisfying. It's about redefining meaningful work.
But alongside the potential upsides, he flags some serious challenges.
Oh, absolutely. The gentle singularity emphasizes we must solve the safety issues technically and societally. Top of the list is the alignment problem.
Making sure AI does what we actually want long term.
Exactly. Making sure it learns and acts towards what we collectively really want over the long term. He contrasts it with, say, misaligned social media feeds that just optimize for clicks, not well-being.
Big difference.
Huge. And crucially, he says we have to distribute access to superintelligence, make it cheap, widely available, and not too concentrated. Power distribution is vital.
Makes sense. Prevent misuse or hoarding.
Right. He wraps up that section with this core message from the gentle singularity. The whole industry is essentially building a brain for the world. It'll be personalized, easy to use, will be limited only by good ideas.
Limited by good ideas.
Yeah. And he adds that for ages, tech folks made fun of idea guys. People with just an idea, looking for a team. But now, he says, it now looks to me like they're about to have their day in the sun.
So with intelligence abundant, human ingenuity, good ideas, that becomes the real currency.
That seems to be the implication, the ultimate differentiator.
Wow. Okay, what a journey through these different perspectives. So to kind of recap, we saw the pitfalls of that AI-first replacement model in Domenico Rutigliano's post, AI-first pitfalls. Companies trying to just swap humans for AI, often hitting walls with quality, with morale.
The Klarna example really stands out there.
Definitely. And then we contrasted that with the huge advantages of augmentative AI from Domenico Rutigliano's post. Augmentative AI agents, where AI enhances human skills, creating these superhuman teams, better productivity, much happier people.
Yeah, that 95% satisfaction number is hard to ignore.
Absolutely. And all three pieces, from Rutigliano's practical lessons to Sam Altman's big vision and the gentle singularity, they all seem to point to a future where it's human ingenuity combined with these powerful AI tools.
Yeah.
That's the real key.
Right. It's not machines taking over. It's about what we can achieve with them.
Exactly. It's about unlocking potential, not just replacing tasks.
And that leaves a really interesting thought for you, listening out there. If you consider Altman's vision, intelligence, and energy becoming abundant, and Rutigliano's focus on augmenting humans, how might your definition of meaningful work change in the years ahead?
Yeah.
What new blends of human creativity and AI capability might you discover in your own life, in your work?
Definitely something to chew on. Thank you so much for joining us on this exploration today.
Always a pleasure.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.